Welcome into another ESPN headline. I'm John Brickley. The NFL making the announcement official. They are ending their agreement with Riddell, the official helmet of the league, effective the 2013 season at the end of this year. For more on this story, let's welcome in ESPN sports business reporter Darren Rovell. And Darren, let's first start with what prompted this decision by the league to end this agreement with Riddell.
Well, John, I was told a couple of years ago that this was going to come to an end, and it basically came out of the preference, that obviously the concussions had put a little bit more pressure on the league, and that while they have a bunch of sponsor categories, maybe 15 to 20 official sponsors, the league did not want to have or show a preference of one helmet brand over the other. Now, the official deal doesn't mean that players can't wear other helmets, Schutt, Rawlings, some of the other brands. It just means that they can't advertise it. So roughly 2/3 of the league uses a Riddell helmet, and on that nose bumper plate it says Riddell. If you use another brand, you can't say it. So they just didn't want one helmet brand to have an advantage over the other, especially given the scrutiny on head protection, head injury, and the lawsuits that have been going on. Of course, the NFL settled their part of it.
How big of a financial impact is Riddell looking at this right now with the loss of this agreement with the NFL?
Well, there's a couple things. Obviously the deal is essential to Riddell. I mean, being able to say the official helmet of the league is a big plus. But you also, I would say, there's more scrutiny for the real money kind of comes down in the youth market, and so I guess the NFL seal of approval and the official deal means a lot to parents, but also trying to find the best helmet. I guess you could say it means more than other sponsor deals. Do you use a Visa card because it's the official deal of the NFL? Well, maybe not. But in the helmet category, it seems to me like it might mean a little bit more. And I think that's where the exposure is for Riddell. Kind of interested if they'll still have the licensing piece. They do make official NFL helmets, full size and mini helmets for collectors. But obviously, I think it's certainly a blow here. Because the brand is so visible on the field. There's only so many brands that are allowed to be on the field, and Riddell is one of them, and that will come to an end at the end of this season.
The NFL has certainly put the spotlight on concussions with the lawsuit, according to many sources, of course, going through that entire process as well. But with the spotlight focused on concussions this year specifically, what type of factor did that play into this agreement ending between both sides?
Well, I think that was a big part of this. They had the $765 million settlement that they agreed to with the former players in late August. But just the idea and the implication that having an official deal kind of says, from the league standpoint, that you support this brand. I don't think the league wanted to have the responsibility of, hey, if somehow the Riddell helmet is not the best, that they were kind of endorsing it by way of saying this is the official helmet. And so once the legal part of it happened, I do think that the league felt like there was some liability from the sponsorship, and that's why they worked to end an agreement that in 1989 was basically an agreement in perpetuity to help support Riddell, which was one of the only companies remaining after all the many of the helmet companies went out of business. So that's pretty. I feel like that was certainly the impetus behind driving this deal into the ground and ending it. Just the league being uncomfortable with any implication that the official sponsorship was them. The impression that was giving them, Riddell, full support, full public support.
ESPN sports business reporter Darren Rovell with the latest on this story. Darren, we appreciate the time as always.
Thanks, John.
And for the latest on the story, keep it here to ESPN.com. I'm John Brickley with your latest ESPN headline.